Okay, we're going to talk about multiple angle identities today. So double angle identities, sine of 2 theta equals 2 sine theta cosine theta, and that's actually proven down here if you would like to look at the proof. Cosine of 2 theta we can write 3 ways, and you just choose whichever one works best for you at the time. Tangent of 2 theta is 2 tangent of theta over 1 minus tangent squared. And again, we're just going to be using these to simplify and to solve. Okay, so let's look at this one. Sine of theta is 3/4 on the interval 0, pi over 2. That's first quadrant. And so from that, we want to find sine of 2 theta, cosine of 2 theta, and tangent of 2 theta. So we know we're in the first quadrant, so let's just draw this in the first quadrant here. And sine is my y value over my radius. So I'm solving for my x value here. I'm going to have to do that because I'm going to have to use some of these other cosine and tangent other than just sine. So here I get x squared plus 3 squared equals 4 squared. So x squared equals 16 minus 9, which is 7. So x is the square root of 7. That's my x value there. Okay. So I'll come back to that when I need to solve for either one of these things. So sine of 2 theta. Well, that is 2 sine theta cosine theta. Again, you get that right from your formula sheet. Well, we know what sine theta is. It's 3/4. We don't know what cosine theta is, though, so that's what I'm going to use this for. So cosine of theta equals my x value, which is the square root of 7, over my radius, which is 4. So that's what I'm going to put in right here. 4 to 7 over 4. So this is, and this can cancel out with that, so cancel that too. It leaves a 2 down here. And I have 3 square root of 7 over 8. So there's my sine of 2 theta. Okay, let's do cosine of 2 theta. Cosine of 2 theta, and again, I can use whichever one of these I want to. Doesn't matter which one. Well, I already have sine, and it doesn't have a square root in it, so I might want to use this one, 1 minus 2 sine squared. So let's use that. 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. So that's 1 minus 2 times the sine of theta squared. Sine of theta is 3/4. So we get 1 minus 2 times 9/16. Well, again, we can simplify a little bit here. That 2 cancels with that and leaves an 8. So I have 1 minus 9/8. Well, that's 8 over 8 minus 9/8, which is negative 1/8. So there's my answer for that one. Okay. Now tangent of 2 theta. Well, tangent of 2 theta, so look at your formula here for tangent of 2 theta. It's 2 tangent theta over 1 minus tangent squared. So we have 2 tangent of theta over 1 minus tangent squared of theta. Well done. Okay. Again, we don't know what tangent of theta is, but we have this right triangle over here that's going to help me. Tangent is my y value over my x value. So this is going to be 3 over the square root of 7. Now, I don't have to simplify that right now because I'm going to have to eventually and just do it once. It might be easier. So let's just put that in there as is. So tangent of theta is 3 over the square root of 7. 1 minus, and this is going to be 3 over the square root of 7 squared. So this is 6 over the square root of 7 over, this squared is 1 minus 9/7. Okay, well, so I have 6 over the square root of 7. I guess I'll write that here. This is 9 over, oops, sorry, 7 over 7. This is 7 over 7 minus 9 over 7. That's 2/7. Okay, so instead of dividing by 2/7, I can multiply by its reciprocal, 7/2. Okay, so again, this is multiplication, so I can simplify here. And I end up with 21 over the square root of 7. Now I have to rationalize the denominator. So I have 21 the square root of 7 over 7. 21 divided by 7 is 3. So I end up with 3 the square root of 7. And I think I dropped my negative here somewhere, didn't I? Yep, right here. Negative 2/7. So that's negative, 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 negative 3 to the square root of 7. Okay, so let's try this with this one. Again, what quadrant am I in? 1. So I'm going to draw this in quadrant 1. I have cosine now. Cosine is my x value over my radius, so I'm finding my y value. So 5 squared plus y squared equals 13 squared. 25 plus y squared equals 169. So y squared is 144. So y is 12. Okay. Sine of 2 theta. 2 sine theta cosine theta. Oops, forgot my theta back. So this is 2 times, what is my sine of theta going to be? Well, it's going to be my y value, 12, over my radius. And then I know what cosine is, it's 5/13. Okay, so 24 times 5, let's see, that's 120 over 169. Okay, so now cosine of 2 theta equals, again, you can choose which one you want, any of those, but I already have cosine, so maybe I'll do 2 cosine squared minus 1. But it does not matter, you can use any of those because we actually have sine there too. So 2 times, well, cosine squared is 5/13, or cosine is 5/13, so we square it, minus 1. So that's 2 times 25 over 169 minus 1. Well, that's 50 over 169 minus 169 over 169. So that is negative 119 over 169. Tangent of 2 theta. Again, look at your formula. It's 2 tangent of theta over 1 minus tangent squared of theta. So, what is tangent of theta? Well, it is your y value, which is 12, over your x value, which is 5. So I have 2 times 12 over 5 divided by 1 minus 12 over 5 quantity squared. Well, that's equal to 24 over 5 over 1 minus 144 over 25. That's 24 over 5 divided by 25 over 25 minus 144 over 25. It's 24 over 5 times 25 over, and this is going to be 25 minus 144, which is negative 119. So now I'm multiplying, I can do some canceling. 24 times 5 is 120, and negative 119. So there you go. Okay, so solving these things, now this interval is just 0 to 2 pi, so we're going once around. Solving 2 cosine, or cosine 2 theta minus cosine theta equals 2. So, what is cosine 2 theta? Well, again, I can use any of those, but because I have cosine here, I probably want to use the 2 cosine squared theta minus 1. That's what cosine 2 theta is. And then I still have the minus cosine theta equals 2. Okay, move everything to one side. So I have 2 cosine squared theta. If I subtract 2, that's going to be minus 3, but I want to put this minus cosine theta first so that it's in the form to factor it. Now remember, you can let your a be your cosine theta, and this is 2a squared minus a minus 3. Okay, if you want to do that and solve for a and then just plug in your cosine theta for a once you're done, that's fine. Okay, so sometimes that makes it a little easier to solve. put a 3 and a 1 here. Minus 3 plus 2 would be minus 1. Minus 3 times the positive 1 is negative 1. Set each of these equal to 0. Here, a is going to be 3 halves. Here, a is going to be negative 1. But remember, my a is cosine of theta. Okay, well, can cosine or sine either one be greater than 1? No. So that one doesn't work. Cosine of theta equals negative 1. Where is cosine negative 1? Well, think about your unit circle. Cosine is your x value. Where is your x value negative 1? Right here. Remember, that's the point negative 1, 0. Well, that is pi. So theta is pi. Okay, and it was just once around, so that's the only place it's negative 1. Okay, let's try this one. So, tangent of 2 theta. Again, look at your formula. It's 2 tangent of theta over 1 minus tangent squared of theta plus tangent of theta equals 0. Okay, so from here we can get a common denominator. You can go back and use some of your other things too, you know, like the Pythagorean relationships. Okay, if you want to, you could replace your tangent squared of theta with one of those. You can do any of these things, okay? But I think probably the easiest thing here is just to get rid of your denominator. So if we multiply both sides of your equation by that, this is going to be 2 tangent of theta. I have to multiply this by it also, so I have plus tangent of theta times the 1 minus tangent squared of theta. And if I multiply this side by 0, you know, by 0, 0. So this is what I have. And we really only need our numerator anyway, even if we got a common denominator, to be equal to 0, because we can't have 0 in a denominator. So we have 2 tangent of theta plus tangent of theta minus tangent cubed of theta equals 0. Okay? Well, 2 tangent of theta plus tangent of theta is 3 tangent of theta. Okay, I still have this minus tangent cubed. Well, now these both have a tangent in them, so I can factor that out. Here I have a 3 left. Here I have a tangent squared of theta left. So, when you have two things multiplied and they're 0, either one or both of them is 0. So we set those each equal to 0. Where's tangent? 0. Well, it's 0 where sine is 0. Okay, so if we were thinking about it being positive, we'd say it's here and here. But it's where sine is 0. Well, sine being 0 means you haven't gone up or down. So sine is 0 here and here. Okay, so that's at 0 and at pi. So that's where your tangent is 0. Now this one, we have minus tangent squared of theta equals negative 3. So that means that tangent squared of theta equals 3. And so this is plus or minus, so we have tangent of theta equals plus or minus the square root of 3. Okay. Well, again, you can look at your chart to see where tangent is the square root of 3, and it's at 60 degrees, or pi over 3. Okay. But this is plus or minus, so that means it works in all 4 quadrants. So we have this one that's pi over 3. This one that's 2 pi over 3. And again, 3, remember that's breaking this into 3 parts. This is 3 pi over 3, so this one's 4 pi over 3. This one's 5 pi over 3. Okay? And it's only between 0 and 2 pi, so then we're done. Pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, 5 pi over 3. So those and those both work.